Nutrition and the Diabetes Education Program. Project Skateboard. A group of young people in our community have been doing fundraising for a skateboard park to be located near the arena on land that the elected council has designated for this purpose. Their total budget was $250,000, and I'm glad to report that they have raised the money they need. They may still need to raise a bit more, however, for landscaping around the area once the park is completed. If you go over to the recreation area, you will see that construction has started. They hope to have their grand opening in June 2015. So congratulations and kudos out to those young kids that work so hard to raise all that money. Celebrations on Tuesday, tonight, October 14th. The council will be recognizing all of the athletes, coaches, chaperones, etc. who represented our community at the North American Indigenous Games that were held in Regina this past summer. We will be presenting them all with certificates at the General Council meeting at 6 p.m. We will also be holding a community celebration for our Lacrosse Champions, the Arrows, Rebels, Rivermen and Chiefs. This will be a potluck dinner to be held at the Community Hall at 3 p.m. on Saturday, November 15th. A dance will also take place that night in Brantford. We are working on flyers and getting those out to the community, so mark those days. Some of the meetings, speaking engagements I have attended since my last update. I went to the Aboriginal Leadership's Partnership meeting for Pan Am, which was actually held here at Six Nations on September 12th. On the 15th, I went to Emily C. General School for their open house and their Meet the Teacher night. And the following day, I was invited to take part in the health and safety inspection at that school. On the 19th of September, we had the Aboriginal People's Committee from the Senate visit our community as they were doing a housing on study. So we had a good meeting with them and we toured them around the community. I also took part in a bus tour on the northern part of the Haldeman Tract, which included some of the community members. And on September 27th, we had the Community Walk Against Violence, which was coordinated by Ganokrisha. I also took part in the health and safety inspection for Jameson and J.C. Hill schools on September 29th. I then went to Toronto to take part in the Ontario First Nations Limited Partnership Special Assembly. That is the organization that handles the gaming dollars that we receive on a monthly basis. While there, I attended the launch of the torch relay for the Pan Am Games and also joined the Political Confederacy of the Chiefs of Ontario in an executive meeting with the Assembly of First Nations Regional Chiefs. On October 3rd, I was a speaker at the Council of Canadians Annual Assembly in Hamilton, and that weekend was the Sisters in Spirit Vigil weekend, and I attended one at Woodland Cultural Centre that was sponsored by Brantford Native Housing. On the 5th of October, I met with Seroptimus International at the Brantford chapter, and then attended a service at Mohawk Chapel commemorating the veterans of World War I. That evening, of two women, Aileen Joseph and Jen Montpleasant, organized a community vigil for missing and murdered Indigenous women, which was held in Veterans Park, and I want to thank them for organizing that, and they tell me that they plan to do it again next year. I also last week was in a leadership meeting on the Aboriginal Child and Youth Care Strategy in Toronto. And this week I'll be going to Ottawa to take part in the Assembly of First Nations Task Force on Reform and Restructure. And this Sunday, don't forget, it's our Six Nations Remembrance Day Parade. Also next week, Polytech is having a Champions of Change conference. I think it's the second one they've had. Later next week as well, I will be speaking to the Kiwanis Club in Brantford, and then I'll be attending the Dreamcatcher Fun Gala. Next Friday, I will be speaking to grade 5 and grade 6 at Emily C. General class. And next Friday as well, October 24th, is Breast Cancer Awareness Day, and everybody's encouraged to wear pink shirts. So we'll all be walking in our pink shirts. And on the 29th, the Six Nations Police are sponsoring the Cuts for Cancer to raise some money for two young ladies that are battling cancer right now. Also on November 1st, I'll be attending the Thank a Vet, which is hosted by MPP Dave Levac in Brantford every year. November 26th is going to be a day at the legislature for Queen's Park, which we'll be taking in. I just want to start putting out there too, like some of the events that are going to be taking place next year during Pan Am. Planet Indigenous will also be holding a number of activities in collaboration with Harbourfront and Woodland Cultural Centre. And there will be events at Woodland Cultural Centre from July 31st to August 3rd before they move on to Harbourfront. We will also be holding our annual General Assembly to present our audit and program information to the community. We're hoping to hold this during the first week of November, and as soon as the date is approved by Council, we'll let everybody know. That's it for this update, and talk to you later.